Hello. What's going
What do you think of being named captain again?
It was awesome. Obviously, I think it's more of a testament to the young guys sorting our ages in descending order, and they picked Al and I first, I think. But no, it's great that they think of us as leaders, and it's an honor to be a captain on this team.
What responsibilities go with that?
Not so much for me. It's more it's a title that I have that I can use to leverage young guys to do stuff for me around the facility. So errands and things that have to be bought and snacks and that kind of stuff. I have obviously something on my chest that I can show them that they have to, just chain of command stuff.
What kind of snacks?
I just kind of list random stuff. I try not to. I'm too old to be eating that stuff, so I just let it kind of sit there. Just it's a power thing, I think.
Make you call you captain.
Yeah. Yes.
Your role, we've seen you play a lot more linebacker kind of in the preseason than we've seen you play in the past. I know you did a lot of it in
Yeah.
previous year. But how do you, I guess, what do you think of yourself as a linebacker now or a fullback, or where do you go?
It kind of just depends on the day. It's I'm in mostly with the linebackers, so but if I have to kind of swap over, I try to be friendly with both sides, so no one has any hard feelings either way.
Do you do any like the running back meetings?
Every once in a while, yeah, and they'll kind of keep me up to speed on stuff, just so I kind of keep it in the back of my mind. But been doing a lot of linebacker stuff, so that keeps me, more than busy, really.
Because you have been in both offensive and defensive meeting rooms, you know Quandre and you know Tyler quite well. Why are they good choices for captains for both sides of the ball?
I think it always starts with, what they do on the field. I think those guys are always, at the forefront of producing for this team, and every, Quandre, wherever he's been, really. Locke is also a very, very good speech giver, so that's a good position for him. Quandre, we'll see, but, obviously everyone looks up to those guys. They're great players that have made a ton of plays here, and, everyone looks up to them.
What about Al?
Same thing, makes tons of plays. He's old like me, and, I think he really deserves it. And no one would ever say otherwise because of how he plays. And also, if you've ever shaken his hand, there's no way you're going to, tell him he doesn't deserve to be captain because he's pretty formidable guy. But, no, Al's great, and he does a great job, leading, I think, all of the big guys up front. And, he's a great addition to it.
How are you as a speech
It kind of depends. I tend to kind of freestyle it, so sometimes it gets derailed pretty quick. But I'd like to think I'm okay at it, but it's never usually very serious. So no one's really ready to run through a brick wall, but I'll try to make them laugh or whatever.
A lot of hype around Monday's game, obviously. Russell coming back. One of the subplots is how he's going to be received by the home fans. It's done a lot here. He's not here anymore. How do you think fans should receive him?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the fans will take it. Obviously, Russell's a great player for tons of years here, and it's kind of, it's exciting for us to just have a matchup like this so early on in the season, Monday Night Football, and anytime you get to play like that, it's always going to be fun, and we'll see what happens.
Are you a fan of the green jerseys?
I like them. I think it kind of makes some guys, probably everybody, look a little bit fat sometimes, but we tend to be, the night games, we are always flying around in them. So I'm old, so I don't really care. The young guys like having all their stuff color matched and everything. I don't really, I'm too old to care with that stuff.
Like visor
No, I can't. That cuts down on my breathing, and I need all the air I can get, so I can't look that cool out there.
How confident are you that special teams kind of shored up what they needed to in those 3 preseason games? Because we kind of saw both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think, the preseason special teams wise is a lot of young guys playing out there. And obviously you want to put, great film out there with everything. And I think it gave us stuff to work on, even the guys that weren't in there, just knowing that we have to, tighten up, coverages and everything. And that's always kind of the thing with going through preseason with special teams is a lot of our reps come in practice, and it needs to be a strength of this team because we have a lot of continuity there, and we're looking for impactful plays through that phase of the game, because if you look at all three phases of our team, probably the most continuity there is on special teams. So, we have to come through with that.
Pete spoke to the impression that Joey Blunt made on special teams as being one of the reasons he made the roster. How did he kind of stand out to you and get him in the mix as part of that group for you?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was which game it was, but he was unbelievable, just making plays and then blocking guys, and you don't see that too often, especially from a young guy like that, because a lot of those guys never really did it in college. So to see someone just run down, make tackles, it's really just kind of all-encompassing football player. I mean, he was blocking guys, he was doing everything you'd ever want them to do. So he's a great guy to have out there, and hopefully he's running down next to me, and he's still naive enough. I can kind of tell him to do something so I can make the play, but if not, I know he'll make it. So it's good, and I was excited that he made it, and we were able to keep him.
What's different for linebackers in the middle in this defense this year? You have two of them now, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like pieces that we've done before, and then some new stuff. But I think the biggest thing is how great the D line's been playing, and it's not so much a schematic thing, but them allowing us to run around and make plays without getting touched, I think is huge. And I think we got guys that can really rush the passer, and that makes everything for the linebackers as well as the secondary a lot easier. So I think that's been kind of the big thing this year that I've noticed. And you got guys like Big Al and Monet and all those guys up in the middle, and it's like they can't even really see you when you got those guys in there.
Chase Harden's been around here for a little while. I'm just wondering what it's like having him around, and if there's anything he's done or said that's really resonated.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything to me. He probably doesn't really even know that I play, and I'm walking around out there. But, I think it's cool to be part of an organization, whether it's like if you're in college and guys that would come back that played or whatever. I think it's nice, and it kind of is a testament to how it's a family here. And I think you don't get that anywhere where there's not even the willingness to come back, or whether it's from the organization doesn't care to have them back. But here you have guys come back and, helping the young guys. I know Sherm's been talking with Tariq a lot and getting him schooled up. So I think that's fun to see, because I think it's great for those guys to get that kind of experience for someone who's been through it.
You joke about your age, but do you ever take a minute and pause and reflect on kind of where your career's gone of being an undrafted guy who's, was this your 12th now, I think?
Yeah,
You've lasted as long as you have, played two positions, been a Pro Bowler, a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I do every once in a while, and then if I'm sitting there, my wife will yell at me that I have to change a diaper or something, and I kind of like snap back to reality. And there's not enough time really to think about it. I have to try to keep up with the young guys out there, but I'm sure someday I'll be like, oh, it was kind of cool that I was an old guy on the team. So I don't feel that old. Like you kind of get used to it, and I'd like to think I'm still kind of hip with the young guys, but they'd probably say otherwise. But no, it's I know I'm ancient, but try to keep up with them.
Are you bringing back the TV series?
Yes, we have some stuff that should be out here pretty soon. We had some interesting guests, so it'll be exciting to see. Hopefully, decently funny. So.
Did you learn German for one of those guests?
No, just the brief, probably 6th grade German I took kind of got me through one of the episodes, but we'll have to just wait and see on that one.
Have you done anything to try to pressure Pete and Shane to give you fullback touches this year? Are you satisfied with linebacker and special teams for the time being?
Yeah, obviously not. I mean, I want to get the ball as much as possible, but it seems to be falling on deaf ears. But I tell them every day, but they have enough guys over there that seem to do better with the ball than I would, so I'll let them have it.
Those damn ball hats aren't about you.
No. They don't want me running the ball, that's for sure.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks.